So I'm back at Sam's Gap, going up that way, headed north. Parking lot where I got picked up yesterday and dropped off this morning is down the hill that way. So I was originally intending to hike from Uncle Johnny's back to Sam's Gap, but the problem is, wait for the truck. That leaves me waiting here at Sam's Gap, potentially for a ride and potentially trying to get a ride. Whereas doing the ride this morning, if I couldn't get one, and the first person I called couldn't help me, but it leaves me waiting at the hotel or something, not sitting in a parking lot, potentially in bad weather. So, and I also couldn't figure out the shelters as well. It's supposed to rain tonight. It's about 8:30, so a little bit of a late start, but going to do a short day up to a shelter. It's supposed to be heavy rain tonight and some rain tomorrow, but real heavy tonight. So I'd rather be in a shelter than a tent if I can. I hope it's coming out good enough for you. I'm going to read it anyway. Coming up on 10:30. Big Bald is where I'm going. That's the high point of this section. It's 4.5 miles. It's probably that high point right there behind the trees, I think. And then Big Bald Mountain Shelter is 5.7 miles. That's my target for the day. So I got off to a little bit of a late start today. That was all my fault. When I got off trail yesterday, turn around so the sun's not in the camera. When I got off the trail yesterday, my intention was to start hiking from Uncle Johnny's this morning. But when I watched the weather report on TV and when I looked at the detail on the map, I couldn't make a plan that really worked. Today's supposed to be the good day. Big Bald is the top view spot, and if I get it today, that's great. If I don't get it till tomorrow or the next day coming the other way, then it will be in the rain, because this is supposed to be the only good day on this section of hiking. It's supposed to be heavy rain tonight, so I'd really like to be in a shelter tonight, and I got a plan for that, and I couldn't get one going the other way. I don't mind tenting in the rain, but when you tent in the rain and pick up in the rain, it means you're carrying a wet tent, so you're carrying extra weight all day. Plus you kind of got to try to make sure it doesn't get the rest of the stuff in your pack wet, which I can do. I've got a bag that I put my wet tent in if I have to. This worked better. So not exactly how this shows up. From here it's pretty obvious that high point is a Big Bald. And the trail name of today's high point is Big Bald. So pretty sure that's where we're going. It's quite a ways away. Over 5 miles. 12:30. 4 miles into my day, about 4.4 miles up the trail from where I started. I've climbed about, I don't know, 1,700 feet, something like that. Got a lot more to go going up. About 2 miles left to Big Bald. Big Bald. Elevation 5,516 feet. This probably goes without saying is my high point of the day. It's pretty much the high point around this area. You can see that people got done some building over in there. Some people got themselves some nice high view houses. But there's a lot of mountains. If you haven't been in this part of the world, it's beautiful. A lot of mountains. Breeze up here, beautiful sunny day though. If you look, you can see a field down there and you see the dark line through it. Pretty sure that's the Appalachian Trail heading north. So 1.2 miles to the shelter, down about 800 feet still, and then some up to go with it. Comes in just, the shelter's right around 5,000 feet, just a little bit above. Getting here today, 6 point something miles, 6.4, but 2,700 feet of climb and 800 feet of descent along the way. So that's like going up 270 flights of stairs and down about 80. Yay, old guy, going good. It actually cools off pretty quick up here. I gotta get my pack back on and get headed north. Good day. It's a good day. Hope you're having a good day. Take care. So this is pretty sure called Little Bald. Not too long after you come down off of Big Bald. It's an hour later, but I found somebody to talk to for quite a while. So Bald Mountain Shelter. You can kind of see it down through the woods. I can. Sam's Gap back 7.6, so pretty short day. Hogback Ridge Shelters 10.1. Spivey Gap's 5.7. I might have been able to push to that, but if I did, that would mean getting off trail, and I don't want to do that again. No Business Shelter 10.6. No way I can make that today. That's the target for tomorrow. To see how the trail goes. So here goes Bear Mountain Shelter. Different than any I've seen so far. 2 levels, upper and lower. Kind of interesting. They've got the little stainless steel trim pieces. I can see one of them got short and probably ripped something. They put tape over it. Broom. They get the bottom closed in for all but one section. I don't know. I guess it's just to tell people don't sleep under there. It's not keeping the animals in or out. Whole upper section. Interesting the way they got it set up. They've got the little kind of raised sections. I guess it kind of establishes where your turf is and where someone else's is. They make it easier to tell how many people can spend the night in here. I hate to see it, a cigarette butt all the way in the back there, but oh well. Fire pit right out front. The picnic table is undercover. Picnic table's okay, not a bad table. Huge sitting camping area out front. There's this first one, and then over behind those big logs there's another big open area. The bear cables are back about 100 yards and across the trail. There was a sign for water part way down. And the privy is out back here somewheres behind the shelter. There's some more, tenting space and whatnot out behind the shelter as well. So being early, I get to share a little more than I usually do. I went down and get water. There's a note on in Fire Out that says when you get to the spring, go buy it. There's a better one just beyond it, and there is. There's an almost kind of a dried up looking one, and you go a little bit further and there's a pipe spring. Flow's not high, but there's a decent flow of water. So I collect water. Hikers probably know, but I collect water in this, a CNOC bag. This bottom comes off and it opens up and makes it pretty easy to collect water. I switched from a Sawyer Mini to a Sawyer Squeeze in Irwin. I had the Sawyer Mini because it wouldn't freeze and I could keep it in my shirt, because I kept it in my shirt pocket. But as you can see, this is pretty good size to fit in my shirt pocket. So I waited until I thought freeze was over. I have a 1 liter bottle and a 700 milliliter bottle as my main water bottles. The 700 is what's up front and what I mix electrolyte with and what I drink out of during the day. And the 1 liter is in the back. And then usually sometime during the afternoon, I take that 1 liter one, bring it up forward, refill the 700, and also refill this 500. This 500 Nalgene, I have a morning drink that I mix up with collagen powder, dark chocolate collagen, dextrose, and coffee. And I shake it up in this, and I will do that tonight before I go to bed and store it with my food and have that for my morning. And then I have a recovery drink, which is, I don't know, it's designed for athletes after the end of a major workout. Supposed to drink it within like 15 to 25 minutes or 10 to 20 minutes or something like that after you finish your workout at the end of the day. And I try to have that mixed up and drink that. I had one here when I first got into camp. Gives calories and also supposedly helps your muscles grow and, not suffer the pain and anguish of hiking all day. So I took my 1 liter down with me and filled it down at the spring. It was empty. And then I refilled the bag as best I could. It was tough the way it's set up to get much more than a liter. Then I came up here and refilled my 700, which was not quite empty, and then filled this the Nalgene. And so I have some water left. See the way I've got it angled, it's not dripping and whatnot. But I'm going to treat that as a fresh water source here in a few minutes and basically use it to clean up. Getting in here early enough and it's warm enough and bright light enough that I'll basically tip that so that the filter's leaning down, and then just kind of wash my hands and my face and get myself cleaned up a little bit. It's always nice to do and real hard to do on the trail. I did sweep down all of the lower deck area. Swept the floor in the front area here to try to help keep it clean. I'm going to take this section, you know, I'll expand over into this one unless, you know, a crowd shows up or something. One more thing I wanted to share. One of the advantages of having the car is that I've got some supplies and clothes and whatnot in it. So I did a quick turnaround in Irwin last night. Got in, did a full day of hiking. Got a short day today, but I wouldn't call either of them a Nero. Got out this morning because of my change of plans a little bit late. But what I did, instead of doing laundry and whatnot, which I really needed to do, I just changed everything out. So I'm wearing a different shirt, I'm wearing a different base layer, different pants, different underwear. And I'm out for a couple of days, so it lets me try out this different pair of pants, which I don't think I like as well as the ones I was wearing, but figure that out. But clean socks, clean sock liners, shoe, you know, everything's new except the shoes and the hat. And that made it so I could just bag all the dirty laundry up and